Ahmad, you were telling me about going into Times Square and your feelings about that, and the awareness when you were there that you could really see the American system at work. Is that did I hear you right? What do you mean by that?
You can feel that the people there, they are like computers and working. Like they turn them on at 9, for example, in the morning, and they turn them off at 4, for example. Like,
Yeah.
They are like machines.
Yeah.
And when I saw this huge buildings, I like it, but I said, wait a minute. So they destroyed there to build all this because this issue or these huge buildings, they didn't came from space or from God as a gift. They need gold. They need hands like a sheep to work in it. But from where? Iraq, Afghanistan, Africa, Palestine. So they now I said, now I got it. Now I know why Americans army everywhere. Because they need to put all this earth gift to them land to build all these huge things.
So,
and you can see this is all a new building.
yes.
All like,
Yeah.
you know, this is modern building.
Very modern, yeah.
And what they destroyed a thousands of years of like beginning of humans whose like buildings all age thousands of years. They just destroyed it to build modern stuff for them.
So, but what about when you were in Berlin? Did you see any of that in Europe? Have you seen this in Europe and had the same thought, or is it different?
There is a different, because look, people in Germany or France, for example, Paris, I don't like it at all. For example, like they are more. I don't know how to explain it in English, but they are cold. Like in feeling, they are cold. Like they have a cold feeling. Like they didn't give the things how it should to be. Like they just, yeah, that's nice and that's it. Like that's cool. And that's it. Like they didn't. Like they didn't have this energy like people here. Like,
Americans are warm that way?
yeah, more energy, more
Friendly and
more friendly.
yes. So you appreciate that about Americans.
The people that I met,
Yes.
they are more friendly.
I understand.
I don't know what about the whole Americans.
But what I am asking is, let me put this a different way. Have you ever, you can, from Jenin refugee camp, can you see Tel Aviv?
No.
You can't see Tel Aviv?
From Jenin, no.
Have you seen Tel Aviv ever?
In TV.
On TV you've seen
pictures.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
but you've never actually been to Tel Aviv.
No.
You're so funny.
And aren't there skyscrapers there? Big buildings there? And a system and a computer?
From the picture that I saw,
Yes.
I was telling them that Tel Aviv, it's small in New York.
It's a small New York.
It's small in New York.
Yes.
It's the same, but
Yeah.
smaller. The land is smaller.
Yes.
But they want it to be like in New York.
Yes. Yes.
And they work very hard to make it like in New York.
So is it true? So when I think of Tel Aviv, I think of Tel Aviv as being a city that is built on taking from the Palestinians. That was land that used to be Palestinians. The occupations are okay. So, but you're saying that is true also of New York. My city is also that way. That it reflects this. Yeah. Can you imagine ever living in New York? Personally, can you say to yourself, well, someday I'll live in this city and be an actor? Or is that impossible for you politically?
Yani, I would like to live, but not all my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to take something, to just learn something, but came back to my country. Because also, like in Palestine, I have things to fight with it. I have people to fight with them. I have the rights to do whatever I want because I'm originally from there.
Yes.
And if I die in Palestine, I will die with smiling that I'm dying in the land that originally I am from.
Yes.
But yeah, it's good experience to live in all the world, but not to like suppose or to work. I would like to study, to learn something.
Yes.
Take this studying things and put it in my country. You know?
I see.
Yeah. All these things that we learn from all the world, we have to just take it and put it in our country.
Yes. But if Palestine were free, you might have a different answer to me. Is that right? If Palestine, you're involved in a struggle for freedom in your country. And
If yeah,
continue. So, I'm
if
sorry.
Palestine will free, I will choose South Africa to live in it.
Help me. Why is that the case?
I love the natural things. I love
Have you been to South Africa?
animals. No.
So how do you know that you would? I'm sorry.
I really
Continue
like
your
it.
answer.
I just so many things about it. I love. I don't like cities in general, like as personal.
Yes.
I like farms, huge lands, animals. I love to live with the natural things.
Yes.
Yeah,
Some
if
Yes.
Palestine a free country, I would live like in big land in Palestine with animals around me.
Yes.
I like this.
So when we even talk about this, is it a dream to you? Do you think it could ever happen? Do you think it's just, are we just bullshitting each other? Or do you think that maybe someday you could have such an experience and live that kind of life?
Of course, the future of Palestine, it's near, it's close.
It is?
It is.
Why do you believe that?
Because many Israelis start to change.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, like, there is many people around the world start to change themselves.
Yes.
Like, and they start to feel like, oh, wait a minute, this is occupation. And in the same time, there is Israelis that they start to say, Israel didn't have a right what they do here in Palestine.
You've observed, you have seen that change in the minds and hearts of people.
In many Israelis, they said, we don't want to live in Israel anymore. So they go out.
Yes.
At least
They're all in New York.
Yeah,
there are a lot in New York.
At least they go. Yeah, they didn't do anything, but they left the country and they
Yes.
go.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Are we talking then about a spiritual change that is taking place in the souls and hearts and minds of Israelis? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't understand.
You're talking about a very profound change, deep change that is taking place in the minds of Israelis.
Yeah.
Did I hear you? Is that what you were trying to say?
Yes.
And over what period has that taken place? How long has it been that this has changed?
65 years.
No. But when did the change happen? All through the 65 years, or is
No.
it recent?
It's built. The thing
Yes.
is, it's building. But
Yes.
I think after the second Intifada, the Palestinian resistance started to be not with violence, with art, with peace demonstration, with something human rights, and we start to just split out from our violence resistance.
Yeah,
To say,
yeah.
okay, you did violence, we give a flower. So some people said, wait a minute, and some of the army, they said, why I'm doing this to those people? They didn't even fight back. They just having a signs, and they just like, why we did this to those people? And they can felt that those that the Palestinians love to live. They didn't love to kill, or they
So,
didn't
but-
born to kill Israelis.
But to be clear, so I understand this, you're saying that these are changes that you have seen with your own eyes among Israelis when you see them. You can, because let me just say,
Yeah.
they just had an election, right? They re-elected a right-winger, Netanyahu. Everyone in that society, or not everyone, but the right wing is very politically powerful in that society.
Yeah.
You're not talking about that. You're talking about some change that is happening deep inside the Israelis. Is that what you're telling me? Am I hearing you right?
And not all of them. Like they start to change, like 5% from all Israel, but at least we start.
I see.
I mean, like from 100 or 1,000, we change 5.
I see.
But those 5 in 10 years, they
Yes.
will change another. Everyone will change another 5, so there will be 100.
So to be clear, you told me that this problem is coming to an end. You believe that?
Yeah.
Because of this. You're optimistic.
What's up to?
Optimistic means positive. You're positive. You have a positive.
The future is positive.
Yeah, of course.
متفائل optimistic.
Yeah. Of course.
If I were your grandfather or your father, and I was sitting here, and you were saying this to older Palestinian, would they believe what you were saying?
Some of them yes, and some of them no. Some of them said, yeah, we believe, and some of them they're still waiting the Arabs army to came to to fight Israeli army and like have this victory. Because the old minds, they believe in war more than.
Yeah, but the old minds, some of them have experienced the Nakba. They experience. What?
Yeah, they have.
They have more experience than you.
Yes.
Okay.
But they have more experience in war.
Okay, but is some of their but if they said to you, I'm just imagining, I don't know what it's like to be Palestinian.
For example, my grandfather, he
Yeah.
never saw play. He never saw a music event. So how he can knows that the arts will change, and he never even taste the art. And like those old age, we take from them how we can survive. We take from them how we can stand up in our legs. But we didn't take from them art. Or we take from them culture, the good culture and the bad culture. We just take it.
Yes.
But I mean, like my fathers and my grandmother and father, they didn't even take me to theater or talk to me about theater.
Okay, but what if they said to you, to break in, what if they said, we believed when Oslo happened that we would get some freedom. We believed when Camp David happened, Jimmy Carter, we would get freedom. We believed in freedom after Clinton, when Arafat said, I will make a compromise, we would get freedom. We never got freedom. You are just, you're young, so you don't understand that you too will be crushed by this experience.
I don't believe in this. Like, I don't believe in Oslo and Camp David and all this shit.
Did some of them believe in that?
Many of them believe in that.
They did believe in it.
Yeah, they love, they love the people who's شو يعني كذابين lying.
Liars people.
Liars people. They love liars more than reality. I mean, why Camp David happen? Why it's Oslo happen? For what? For who? Like I still in refugee camp. So you did Oslo for what? Forget me. At least I live in West Bank, but there is refugees in Lebanon, there is refugees in Jordan, there is refugees in Libya, there is refugees, Palestinian refugees all over the world. They didn't even saw West Bank.
Yes.
What about them? Did Oslo help them? Did Oslo bring, did they just bring, some of Arafat friends?
Yeah.
With them families around Arafat. And now they built this capitalism Ramallah. They even destroyed West Bank. Like who's came with Arafat, they destroyed it. Sorry to say that. I'm sure there is Palestinian against me because I'm saying that. But they destroyed it. They built it. They want Ramallah to be the capital. To
Like New York.
Yeah, they want it like this. So Oslo, it's all shit. It
But-
didn't help.
But to be clear, still you are positive about the future. You are
Yeah, of
hopeful.
course. I mean, I can't. Yeah.
I hear you saying that the reason you are hopeful about the future is because you see positive change in your generation
Yeah.
of Israelis
Yes.
in two parts. There are 750,000 of your generation of Israelis, Jewish Israelis, who don't live in Israel, who live in U.S. and Europe. So you're saying that's a positive sign because they don't want to live in this country that is apartheid or whatever. And you see Jewish your generation
Right.
who are refusing to go into the army, refusing to serve in the
Of
West
course.
Bank. So are these the two kind of positive things that, because Phil kept asking you that you're positive, you said you're positive about the future.
Yeah.
Are these the kind of things that you're positive about, or are there other things?
This exactly. Like there's a friend of my friend that we met in Ramallah. He's a Duzis. He's supposed to enjoy the Israelis army, but he refused. But his father did. His grandfather did. But he refused. But he said, "Why? This is not them country. Why I should to be in them army?" And he said, "I want to go to the prison. It's better than me to being in Israeli's army." And I believe that when this guy change, his friend will say, "Yeah, we wanna do the same." This year or second year, there's another Jew also refused to join the Israeli army. They said, "We don't want to kill people. We don't want to have a gun. We want to have fun in our life." So even they left Israel or they go to the prison.
Yes.
But at least this changes
I understand.
start to
I understand.
to being bigger and bigger. And this movement, for example, Forget a Jew, in Durz's part, they start to change a lot. Like they said, "Khalas, we don't want to be